Hi guys, I hope you're doing well today. So, if you've been following me for a while, you know a couple of years ago I started a second channel and I didn't really do very much with it. And so I've gone ahead and deleted that channel, took down the videos, and I've just been focusing on this channel, on my main channel, or my only channel rather, now here on YouTube. But I've been getting a lot of questions and requests lately for the types of videos that I was putting up over there. So I decided that for today's reading, I'm going to go towards something that's more along the lines of the format of those other types of videos that I was doing, that I offer something similar, like for personal readings through my Etsy shop, but I don't really have a whole lot of that kind of content out here as pick-a-cards on YouTube anymore. So for today's video, this is going to be a channeled message from your guardian angel. Maybe it'll be about love or just kind of any other themes that want to come through. So there are 3 groups to choose from. Group 1 is the turquoise bracelet, along with this feather. Group 2 is the Howlite bracelet, along with this feather. And group 3 is the Lepidolite bracelet, along with this feather. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to. I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps in the description box of the video for each group if you'd like to jump ahead. And up next is a close-up photo of the bracelets and the feathers to help you better make your selection. Hi, group 1. You chose the turquoise bracelet along with this feather. So I'm going to start off by pulling some tarot, and I will use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energy surrounding that, channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we, and then I'll get some standalone message cards and close out the reading with some initials. Okay, so we have the 9 of Cups, the 7 of Swords, 3 of Swords, Ace of Wands, 2 of Swords, Temperance, 7 of Cups, and the Empress. Don't compare your path or your progress with others. You are taking a very unique and self-forged route towards your goals that will not necessarily be understood at face value by those who look at the tasks you busy yourself with on a day-to-day basis, because you are actively in the process of painting that dreamscape reality into a place of realness so whole and thorough that people who doubted you in their past will also be rerouted into greater proximity with the search within self for meaning and purpose and how to apply that in their own lives in a more effective way. You are here to be a change maker. You were never someone who was designed to follow the herd. You have within you the potency and ability to melt even the most stubborn of hearts into a place of starting to view the world from a whole new perspective that is based on the essence of love that you carry so close to the surface behind your skin, and which shines out within your penetrating and compassionate gaze that is a gift to all who are blessed with the opportunity to be witnessed by you. There are higher forces at work in your life at this time, and you are being directed subtly and yet obviously in certain directions that you know within your heart of hearts leads you to the land of ultimate fulfillment in an all-encompassing way. This is not the time to second guess the progress that you've made, the tough decisions that have opened certain doors of opportunity for you, that you have stepped right through with an understanding that you have every right to be in proximity to the new opportunities presented to you as a result of the efforts you have made to choose yourself again and again. This is not the time to wonder if you have left anyone behind by accident. All of those who are meant to align with who you are becoming will find you in their own unique way and manner further down the road. This is a time of contemplation, of self-service above all else, and of allowing your life to be shaped into a thing of beauty, because you have borne the weight of struggle within yourself, of dreams deferred and never properly articulated for far too long. You will notice that things start to go your way more and more as you defeat the aspect within yourself that keeps you in a place of disbelieving that miracles can happen to a person like you. You have lived long enough, sufficing off of crumbs and the memories of better days, and it is time for you to start to create new memories for yourself, alongside people who understand exactly who you are, where you come from, and celebrate you for the essence of what you are growing into and endeavoring to become. There is so much of the wide world that is waiting to be experienced by you. You are beautifying circumstances around you just by the diligence of your willingness to return to yourself again and again, no matter how hard it is to look at yourself in the mirror after a long day of what you have done. It is possible, though, for you to transcend this energy of self-abandonment, and the more that you attempt to do this in slight and significant ways, the more the energies of the circumstances around you dance and respond in kind to your shifting vibration. There are places along this globe that are desperate for even just a few moments of your consideration paid to it, in the form of walking the earth, being amongst the people, standing there as the beacon and instrument of a higher hand and energy than this world can even contemplate, that is the manufacturer of that thing called a miracle, which in many ways is the living embodiment of what you are in a sense. There is so much for you to allow to enter your life that will be beautiful, kind, and good, that will help to alleviate the weight of all of the times when you felt abandoned and left to the side. You will come to understand that nothing is missing from your reality, because you have always been progressing forward to that point where the ripeness and richness of all that is yours is currently waiting to be received by you. There is an ability that you have within yourself to determine your own needs and to serve those in a very effective and medicinal way. It's important that you continue to lick your wounds as they howl out and demand for your attention, so that you keep yourself crisp and ready and available to receive a myriad of new beginnings that are just waiting for you to open your eyes, rush forth into the next chapter of your life, and let these blessings in. So, those are your messages. Let's see what else your guardian angel wants you to know right now. Okay, we have the angel of courage. My heart is open and full of courage. Courage, an action that springs from the heart. All action inspired by a center of true love brings with it security and firmness that cannot be disturbed. To be courageous is to know that fear offers no resistance to love. Angel of Grace. Each moment is an opportunity to reveal a miracle. Grace is a wonderful quality of the spirit. When it is manifested in our lives, it brings the energy that uplifts our vibrations and clears the inner barriers. To be in a state of grace is to put into practice the certainty that if we knock, the door will be opened, and if we ask, it will be given unto us. Angel of Serenity. Serenity is a part of my life. I live with serenity each moment that life brings. Serenity brings a natural flow to every circumstance and moment. It inspires us to relate and savor everything, knowing that nothing is permanent. This serenity comes from the soul, that steady center that nourishes us and helps us understand that the good and the bad moments of life do not last and are a part of our spiritual growth. Angel of Spontaneity. I choose to be spontaneous with my interactions with life. When we free ourselves from limiting beliefs and values, the spiritual energy flows through us naturally. Without the inhibitions that imprison our minds and hearts, we develop an ability to tune in to the essence within people and things and dissipate the fear and emotions that block us from being spontaneous. The precision of spontaneity is something present in nature and flows as a gift of love. The angel of adventure. Everything in my life leads me to be nearer to God. When an adventure comes, it is an invitation to open the way to what is new. Adventuring is a kind of permission we give ourselves to cross the frontier between the known and the unknown. Soul-size adventure is a journey towards priceless treasures. The angel of patience. My patience creates miracles in my life. With the quality of patience, we will know how to follow the energy flow towards the success of our accomplishments, moment by moment, step by step. If we allow a loving patience to come through without expecting things to happen rapidly, we will become aware that everything we do has real value. Nature gives us the greatest example of loving patience through the wonderful treasures it creates. The angel of light. The divine light of my soul flows through my being right now. We are in a dark room. We won't be able to push darkness away with our hands or with our minds. We need to turn on the light. If we open ourselves to the inner light of the soul, it will transmute all darkness. Visualize now in your heart an expanding golden light that radiates warmth and clarity to all around you. Feel this light expanding from an inner center and becoming a radiant sun of understanding love. And the angel of compassion. You and I are one. When we are compassionate, we are able to understand others from deep within ourselves. This attitude brings a light that reveals truth and the love that transforms and heals. To be compassionate is to be equal, one with another as with oneself. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. U, T, P, O, E, I, N, J, C, R, O, U, X, E, R, W, L, M, and W. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 2. You chose the Howlite bracelet along with this feather. So So I'm going to start with some tarot and use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energy surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we, and then I'll get into some standalone message cards and then close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the Chariot, the Tower, Nine of Swords, King of Swords, Page of Pentacles, the Moon, the Lovers, and the Fool. Your soul is merging with the beloved. This is something that the two of you are both consciously aware of. Although you may describe it in different terms, the sensation and the energetic ripple is alike within each of you. You have both prepared yourselves adequately up to this stage and time for the larger cosmic forces at play in the universe to work their magic through you. You are both conduits for this higher force of love manifest in the here and now. And although you may at this time consider yourselves to be two mere ordinary human beings, there is something much more divine and cosmically potent in a long-term sense, that the nature of your love story with one another as it unfolds from this point going on, in tandem with your personal journey of loving yourselves deeply and without condition, is intended to serve as a guidebook and as a source of inspiration and hope to others who come to witness the glory of what you shall become both individually and together in the time to follow. You have done an excellent job of removing all barriers and prohibitions within each of you, working in tandem as a team, even when you were separate and alone, sitting with your shadows and no one to call a friend. You have prepared yourself to move beyond the gates of fear that have kept you both in a state of longing, yearning, desiring, manifesting the exact same thing which has been one another all along. You are ready to step forth with your love light shining brightly for all the world to see. You are ready to be known in your total form as only the lover can do. You have what it takes in order to succeed in this situation with one another. You can consider it your biggest mission and goal within this lifetime to find yourselves, rediscover one another, and to step forth into the height and glory of what the love between the two of you has always been capable of being across many, many lifetimes. This is not just a minor stopover in the journey of your soul. This is, in fact, the main event that you have each been preparing for longer than time has existed. This is something that brings full circle a very large cycle that began long, long ago, so that you are both able to meet in a place of understanding that there is only love and oneness within this and all universes, which sets the course of a new type of experience for yourselves together in the lifetimes to follow. When you reach that moment, that pinnacle of success, when there is nothing standing in between the two of you any longer, you will step forth into that first experience of penetrating deeply into the core of one another's souls with honesty, a look, and a few brief words that will help to close out chapters of doubt for each of you in a way that is deeply healing and releases you from outdated narratives and patterns. It will feel as if the trumpets from heaven themselves are blaring in your honor. There will be music. There will be dance. There will be people who are celebrating this long-awaited union of two perfectly matched souls. This is the time for you to feel special and to celebrate yourself. Allow yourself to be seen, basking in the understanding that while you may still be at a distance, you are already lovingly embraced within the arms that were designed specifically to hold you, as you have been all along. You were never alone on your path. You simply needed time to disconnect from one another in a material sense. Everything has been perfectly orchestrated and choreographed to your benefit, and you will be able to step forth out of this time of transition as an ambassador for others to encourage them to drop into the heart space when all else fails. So those are your messages. I'm also going to get some standalone message cards to see what else your guardian angel wants you to know. Okay, we have the Angel of Union. I am a channel for the expression of union among all beings. At the soul's center, we know a feeling of perfect union that inspires compassion and empathy towards all beings. The power of union removes barriers and dissolves indifference. When two or more people are united in the name of love and truth, there is an overflowing of spiritual energies that fulfills everyone with their gifts. The Angel of Release. My life is perfect here and now. Our greatest release is to free ourselves from attachments of the past and concerns with the future, to be able to live in this present moment. When we do this, we concentrate our energies. We don't lose vitality by criticizing, comparing, and judging. The quality of release frees us from guilt, which is a great waste of energy. Release brings freedom from attachment to possessions or fear of loss. The Angel of Human Unity. I always learn valuable things from everyone I meet. To become aware of the human unity that we can create and of the loving support that we can give each other is the core of real sisterhood and brotherhood. As we lovingly begin to accept people and things as they are, we open the way for unity and harmony to be wonderfully synchronized, bringing the best situations for us and everyone around. Angel of Surrender. I surrender joyfully to God's love in my heart. When we surrender to our soul's guidance, we realize the greater picture of our lives. We also become aware of the help we receive to be free from burdens of the past, from negative energies that prevent us from seeing our inner strength and beauty. When we consciously surrender to the soul within, we can easily forego all else with simplicity and whenever necessary. The Angel of Clarity. Clarity of my soul flows through me when I think, feel, and act in the world. The more we tune into the inner light that comes to guide our actions safely, the simpler life becomes. This is clarity, a kind of inner knowing that leads us easily and lightly to what is right. The Angel of Responsibility. My ability to respond makes me feel accountable. I am joyfully responsible for my life. Whenever we use our ability to respond with our talents and capacities to all that is ascribed to us, we are being responsible. This can mean using those talents and abilities for the good of all in a light and joyful way. Responsibility is only a burden when we forget to use our talents and cut ourselves off from the flow of spiritual energies that are always waiting to help us whenever we can respond. The Angel of Willingness. I am happy. My actions are being orchestrated by my soul. Willingness is the ability to use our will with love and wisdom. Love turns our actions into a voluntary one through the heart, and we begin to love what we do. Wisdom shows the direction through clear vision. In that way, willingness brings total happiness. And the Angel of Birth. I am a being born each moment to the newness of my life. When a cycle is complete, it holds within it the time to welcome birth. Birth is the moment of transition that precedes a great revelation. All that has just been born is full of freshness, novelty, and innocence. Nothing is more important than the birth of love in our hearts. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got M, F, G, P, F, L, Y, G, K, H, Z, L, N, D, B, W, E, I, B, X, O, J, H, S, and D. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 3. I chose the Lepidolite bracelet along with this feather. So I'm going to start with some tarot and use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energy surrounding that, channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we, and I'll follow that up with some standalone message cards and close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the Lovers, the Hermit, the Nine of Swords, Three of Swords, Two of Cups, Seven of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Swords. This version of yourself deserves compassion. This version of yourself deserves for you to give it a rest with the overcritical thinking that you have a tendency to apply to yourself with ruthlessness that is often unfair. You are crueler to yourself than you would be to someone who had done you wrong in ways you cannot even perceive. If you take a gentler approach with the vulnerable and wounded side of yourself that simply seeks an outlet through which to express itself and some understanding, you will learn in a non-judgmental way how neutrality is actually a strong moving force that will help to catapult you beyond the place of feeling that you must remain tucked away in a corner so that you are able to live your life vibrantly and out loud as you owe it to yourself to allow yourself to do after everything that you have been through, endured, and survived. You did the best that you could in the past with the tools and understanding you had available to you. It is time to close that door once and for all, to replaying those scenarios and wishing you could take back certain words or make things even more clear. It is not your fault that certain things have now been written in stone, and although you are powerful, others are also beholden to the force of free will that governs this realm. So it is time for you to forgive yourself for not doing more at the time, which you know you would have done now, given the new information that you have been able to see through the illusion of hurt that has operated like a veil over your eyes for so long. When you ease up on your intent to correct what you perceive as flaws inside of yourself, and simply come into a place of, like a spectator, walking through the different rooms of the mansion that makes up the vastness of you, with an appreciation for the cracks that you see within certain repairs that were attempted to be made in a haphazard way, as well as soaking in the pristine beauty of the untouched parts of yourself that have either been enhanced and are called strengths, or have simply been unexplored altogether because it was never the time or the circumstances for you to step into certain archetypes up to this point in your life. Then you will come to a greater understanding of the way in which the divine views you as a perfectly exquisite mosaic of all of the things that you could have done better and all of the things that you have done excellently. And in this way you will know that you have always been the most wonderful work of living art placed upon this plane for your enjoyment and for the ability to teach and uplift others in new and unusual ways. The power of your perceptions is what determines the nature of the world that you are looking upon. It is very simple in order to shift a sense of stagnancy, and that is to create the movement of options inside of yourself. You have been looking at the same scenery for far too long. You have been trying to hold yourself accountable for things you ought to simply just let go and allow time to eat and evaporate in the way that it does, so that you are open to take in new kinds of experiences that can inform certain parts of you that have been starving for deep fulfillment up to this point in time. You do not serve the world around you by remaining hidden, and although there was a necessity to a season of your life where you needed to look deeply in the mirror and learn to love what you were seeing there, the time has come for you to step forth out of your cavern, out of the place where you have come to know yourself so well that no one can tell you who you are ever again, so that the world around you can see what it means to both lean into a place and find comfort within certain aspects of captivity that are immutable truths about the human condition, while also self-liberating from the inside out by choosing to remain curious rather than fixed in one particular narrative of who you are and therefore what the life you are living should look like. You have what it takes in order to turn the tides of fortune in your favor very consciously. You already know the things that are not serving, that are dragging you down into that disparaging place, that if you do not feed attention into them, they will simply pass you by, which lets you know there was no loyalty there to begin with. It's time that you start prioritizing, placing yourself very consciously and deliberately in situations that will work out to your advantage. You have moved beyond the place of playing the blame game. It is time for you to strategize a new path forward for yourself in this life, in that better direction your heart has been beckoning you towards for quite some time. So, those are your messages. Let's see what else your guardian angel wants you to know. Okay, the first one we have is the Angel of Transformation. I am aware of the divine energy that moves my being and transforms me into who I truly am. Transformation is a mysterious process that includes many changes in itself. The caterpillar that becomes a butterfly, the cream transformed into butter, the lead of heavy vibrations into the gold of the soul. From one level to another by inner alchemy is processed, and suddenly we are transformed into a new dimension. Transformation happens naturally as we surrender to the flow of divine energies that give life to all there is. The angel of harmony. I am living in harmony with universal laws. I am creating harmony at each moment of my life. To be in harmony with the universe is to live in tune with joy, love, and spiritual power. As we learn to live in tune with the universal laws, we realize that we are inextricably part of nature. People who live together in total support of each other open the way so that angels' spiritual energy can flow in their lives and bring harmony. The angel of patience. My patience creates miracles in my life. With the quality of patience, we will know how to follow the energy flow towards the success of our accomplishments, moment by moment, step by step. If we allow a loving patience to come through without expecting things to happen rapidly, we will become aware that everything we do has real value. Nature gives us the greatest example of loving patience through the wonderful treasures it creates. The angel of humor. People constantly appreciate my wonderful sense of humor. It is impossible to have a depressing thought when we are willing to sincerely laugh. Laughter can help us look at our lives from a new and stimulating perspective. So many times we live too seriously and cause ourselves and others unnecessary pain and suffering. Humor makes things flow, melts the ice, and reveals true beauty for everyone. Laugh. It is good for body and soul. Angel of positivity. My mind is filled with positive thoughts that nourish and heal my life. This positivity is not something simply opposing negativity. It brings transformation and creates clear vision and right action. To be positive is to know that the energy follows what we think and feel. If, here and now, we choose to create the most appropriate and beautiful reality, the energy will respond. The light of positivity goes through the tiniest crack in our awareness and soon reveals a way for the good of the whole. The angel of integrity. In the integrity of my being, I experience and express the dance of life. The dance of polarities is a constant in our lives, to give and to receive, to laugh and to cry, to be or not to be, positive and negative. In that way, we each carry within a colorful spectrum of energies. Accepting and expressing those aspects as they are is to live with conscious integrity, which means we are channels for the living expression of our unified spirit. Angel of purpose. I cooperate joyfully with the purpose of my life. When we have a purpose, our soul's work is accomplished in the best way possible through our bodies and personalities. A clear purpose gives no room for doubt because we identify immediately with all that leads us towards our goal. We become aware of all that would turn us away from it. The flow of energies in our lives is immense, and when a clear purpose is always present. Do you know what your purpose is in this life? And the angel of release. My life is perfect here and now. Our greatest release is to free ourselves from attachments of the past and concerns with the future, to be able to live in the present moment. When we do this, we concentrate our energies and we don't lose vitality by criticizing, comparing, and judging. The quality of release frees us from guilt, which is a great waste of energy. Release brings freedom from attachment to possessions or fear of loss. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got H, U, I, B, F, L, G, B, A, Y, V, P, A, J, K, E, L, O, I, and D. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.